So a victory for England in the opening game of an historic tour to Pakistan. 17 years it has been since they have toured to this cricket-mad country, and such a special occasion to have 7 T20 internationals, the first of which won by England. Moeen Ali, stand-in captain, winning the toss, electing to field first. England, who reduced what looked like it was going to be a big total for Pakistan to 158 for 7. Luke Wood on debut picking up 3 for 24. Top scoring in the Pakistan innings, Mohammad Rizwan, was 68 from 46. So a target of 159. England getting there with 4 balls to spare. Alex Hales returning to the side and scoring 53 from 40 balls. And at the end, Harry Brook unbeaten, 42 from 25 deliveries. Alongside me, England women's captain Heather Knight, England fast bowler Stephen Finn, and former England coach Paul Farbrace. And first of all, Paul, we've seen an England performance that against a really good Pakistan side in T20 cricket at home, well, look reasonably straightforward in that run chase.
Yes, they did. I thought they played exceptionally well. I thought the start was really good. They got off to a nice start. But Hales played brilliantly. He showed all his experience. I'm sure he'd have been nervous at the start of his innings. A little bit of a point to prove after a long gap for him in international cricket. But I thought he played really well. Very, very smart the way that he played. And then Harry Brook came in and continued that good work. So a very comfortable win for England in the end. But I think, Stephen Finn mentioned the word earlier, the way England adapted and the way that they actually picked up wickets at the back end of the Pakistan innings was the turning point in the game. From what looked like going to be a very big score, I thought they bowled brilliantly to restrict Pakistan and then canter home to a comfortable win.
Yeah, Heather, certainly at the midway stage of the Pakistan innings, you're looking at total possibly upwards of 200 when they put on 85 runs for that opening stand. But England did really well to haul things back. A lot of credit to Luke Wood on debut with those 3 wickets, but also to the wily spin duo of Rashid and Moeen Ali, who for so long for England have done that job.
Yeah, there was a little bit of turn in the surface, and I thought Moeen Ali did a tidy job, but Adil Rashid was outstanding. The way he used his googly, picking up that wicket of Babar Azam, 85 for none. Pakistan openers were, and to bowl him through the gate, one of the best T20 players in the world, was outstanding. And then they just really squeezed during that middle period, didn't they? Pakistan were well on for 180, 190, which we thought was a par score. And the pitch just got a little bit slower, and I think England were better at adapting to that and finding the best balls on those wickets. And Luke Wood, outstanding at the death. They picked up 4 wickets in the last 30 balls, which really slowed Pakistan down. And as we saw, it was not an easy chase, but they made it look easy. And if they had another 20 runs on the board, it would have been a really tough chase, I think.
Finney, a word on Luke Wood then. On debut, somebody that is well known around the county game and has been a very effective bowler in T20 cricket for a number of years. But he looked absolutely at home on debut.
Yeah, he did. I thought he bowled intelligent. He bowled with good pace. I thought he mixed it up very nicely. He just understood the task at hand, I think. And especially when you're playing in alien conditions that none of these guys would have played, or I think Luke Wood may have played PSL here before, but international cricket and dealing with the pressure of that and remaining to keep a clear head and a clean mind, and be able to a clear mind. Sorry, not a clean mind. A clear mind.
Both important.
Both very important for international sport. Yeah, you'd have to say. Yeah, without both, you'd fail miserably. But no, I thought he did really well, managed the situation, and took a couple of wickets late on in that innings and got his just rewards.
In terms of England's run chase, a lot of attention on Alex Hales when we got news that he was going to be back in this squad. How he would go, whether it would be something that worked for England as it had done in previous years. Paul, you were part of the England setup at the start of that journey post-2015, and we know what he can do, and it looked as though he'd never been away, 53 from 40.
Yeah, he is a fantastic player, and as I said during the game in the commentary part, he stands tall, he uses his reach, he hits through the line of the ball, he trusts the surface really well. He's a very calm player when he's at the crease. He's actually a very intelligent cricketer, and he uses the conditions well, he uses the pace of the ball well to score his runs, and he's very experienced. He's played all around the world now, so it doesn't surprise me he's played that well, but he will have definitely been under a little bit of pressure coming into this innings, and it will be important that he keeps playing well. This can't be a one-off innings for him. He's got to keep playing well at the top of the innings, because there is definitely a scrap to be had at the top of the innings. Joss Buttler will open in the World Cup. Who's going to open with him? This is Hales has got, I guess, the first step, but there's other very talented players that will be competing for that slot with him.
Finney, you know Alex Hales well. This has been a big statement at the start of this long series, and he will be thinking, right, this is my chance. I missed out in the 2019 World Cup. This is my chance to be in a World Cup with England if he can continue this form.
Yeah, it is, and I think it's being able to manage his own expectations. I think he'd have come into this hoping that he scores runs, having felt well prepared after being in good domestic form to come here and score runs. And he's ticked that first one off the list, hasn't he? He marshalled the chase really well and really intelligently today. I think we didn't need to see the power side of his game. I think if England were batting first, it means that it will be able to see the power side of his game, and I think that there's a number of things that he'll want to tick off in order to be able to put him front and centre, to be able to open the batting with Jos Buttler when they get to Australia. But certainly today he can go home and be very pleased with his first day's work back in an England shirt for 3 years, and long may it continue.
Harry Brook, meanwhile, is at another end of his journey, Heather, in terms of England cricket. Not out innings of 42 from 25 balls, looked utterly composed throughout that innings as well. And it was that composure that really stood out as well as the ball striking.
It was, and he had a really simple game plan. He looks to move around the crease a little bit to make the angles that he wants, and he plays proper cricket shots. And that shot over mid-off, I'm still thinking about it, Henry. What a delightful shot that was off a slower ball from Nazim Shah. To hold his shape just shows what a talented player he is, and he actually really helped Alex Hales in that innings. I think Alex Hales was playing the anchor role, and it was at that point where if they let the rate get up too high, it was going to be quite tricky to really catch up on a slow wicket. So he added that impetus. He scored very, very fast, hitting boundaries, using the pace as well, a few scoops in there, and it was a real fine innings, and he'll be really happy to finish not out as well. It's a really good feeling to shake the hands of the opposition knowing that you've won the game for your team.
We will be getting some reaction shortly, but as much as the events on the pitch, the very fact that England are there playing matches, Paul, is a huge thing after 17 years.
Yeah, I think it's absolutely brilliant for the game of cricket across the world, and not just Pakistan, but of course for the people of Pakistan, for the players of Pakistan. You know, many have had to have international careers where they played their home matches in the UAE. To play home matches, to play big matches against Australia not that long ago, now England, absolutely brilliant for the game of cricket. And there were so many young people in Pakistan that will be delighted to see their heroes back playing. They'll obviously want to see them win, but it's great to see them back playing. And I think it's brilliant that England have gone. As I said, they should have gone earlier in the or last year when they had the opportunity to go. It was a shame they didn't go, but I'm really pleased they're now, and I hope that this tour continues to be a great success.
Well, it looked like a great success in terms of attendance, atmosphere. Finney, it was, the occasion that everyone hoped that it would be. Yeah,
I mean, the passion really came through, didn't it? And I know, having played with Pakistani players before and been to Pakistan once to play in the PSL in a one-off game, you realise that the passion for cricket is absolutely there. I mean, that's never been in question or doubt. But to be able to see it live, to be able to see it on our TV screens, with that coming through, and regardless of whether Pakistan won or lost today, I'm sure everyone who was there at that stadium, dignitaries, whoever's there watching, will be very pleased and very happy to see cricket and England back in their country. Yeah, just looking back at the last game that was played there, with England's men playing an ODI series at the back end of 2005, so it's just post that famous Ashes summer. The Crazy Frog was about to push to be number one at Christmas. It was that sort of... well, of course. But you're talking a long time ago. This was an England team with Vikram Solanki in it, Marcus Trescothick. This is a different era. Well, I don't remember that music of that far back, to be fair, Henry.
I would offer to play it to you, but
one or two of those, music is a loose term.
One or two of those players I've heard of. But look, no, absolutely. And it's been too long. Let's be honest, it has been too long. And England have done absolutely the right thing. They've gone there with the right way of playing. It's fantastic that Moeen Ali is captain England in the return back to playing in Pakistan. I think that's brilliant. But there's a lot of... and Finney's mentioned, the PSL. He went and played in that. A lot of the England players that have gone and played in the PSL over the last few years, they should also be remembered at this time, because they're the players that have actually set the platform for others to go. They're the ones that have gone, enjoyed the experience, talked about how fantastic a place it is to play cricket, talked about the great cricket facilities, the great players, and that's definitely encouraged the England team to go on block and go and play as a team out there.
You'd agree with that, Heather?
Yeah, definitely. I think obviously it's a tough time for people in Pakistan at the moment with the floods as well, and an event like this is just historic, and the people of Pakistan will love going to watch it. You can see the passion, and there's probably a lost generation that haven't been able to watch their team play at home. So to have it back on these shores, I think England going is such a big deal. It's slightly different to other teams going in terms of the world stage. So yeah, it's about time that it happened, and yes, I think it's set to be a brilliant T20 series. 6 to go.
6 to go indeed. We've got 3 more in Karachi at the National Stadium. Then the show moves to Lahore before we see at the back end of the year a test series as well to be played between Pakistan and England. You'll be able to hear all of it with us here on Test Match Special, I'm delighted to say, because there is so much cricket to look forward to and enjoy from Pakistan, and it's thrilling to have England touring a country that is such a huge part of the cricket landscape. Right then, let's head for some post-match reaction. We can join the post-match presentation with Uruj Mumtaz on the outfield. Luke Wood gets the player of the match, and he gets an award as well. Let's hear from Luke Wood then.
Of course, a big smile on his face, and why not? Luke, enjoy that performance tonight?
Yeah, it's very enjoyable. Obviously my debut, so I can't complain with that.
A memorable debut indeed. Pace off seemed to be the order of the day, because we saw anything with pace on got spanked. How quickly did you work that out?
I think it's obviously different to England. You probably have to bowl slightly shorter with it skidding on. I think we had a good back period, and you kind of work out pretty quickly, so it was a good team performance. So yeah, great start with a win.
They got off to a flyer with the first 10. They had something like 80 for 1. And the next 10 is where you guys pulled it back. How was it in terms of, because at one point it looked like Pakistan was going to end up with a big score?
I think it's just always a case of when you get to a good start, try and restrict him to sort of as little as we can. We kept taking wickets, which was key, and then we had a pretty good back end. So I think we always felt in the game with that total, and then the batters did the job.
Well, Luke, lovely talking to you, and congratulations on a wonderful debut.
Thanks very much. Thank you.
Right then, let's hear from the England skipper, Moeen Ali.
Moeen, excellent team performance.
Yeah, brilliant performance. I thought we were outstanding throughout. Obviously, they got a great start. We pulled the game back really well in the middle period, and at the death in particular, we were fantastic. And a lot of praise to the bowlers, because they actually set the game up for our batters, who actually on a difficult surface, I thought we played really, really well. We chased it and timed it perfectly.
Phenomenal debut for Luke Wood, picking up 3 important wickets, and at a crucial time where Pakistan looked like they were cruising.
Yeah, those crucial wickets, obviously, and big wickets as well. Obviously, guys were in and set, and we managed to get them out. And it wasn't easy for the new batters. I thought Adil Rashid and Luke Wood was outstanding today on his debut to run in and bowl like that. He stuck his chest out and he was fantastic. So I thought them two in particular were awesome.
Yeah, England seems to have a good all-round team in all 3 facets, and the depth that England has, especially in the batting, seems unmatched. Bringing Harry Brook in, phenomenal start for him as well. Alex Hales up the order. Some devastating combinations you guys have.
Yeah, and I thought it was we were really smart with the way we played and chased that down. I thought Alex Hale in particular, with somebody to come in after such a long time, and I'm sure he would have been really nervous, and to play the way he did, he just showed how good he is and why he's one of the best openers in the country. And Brookie is one of the best young players, and everyone's been talking about it. I think hopefully going forward now, this will give him a lot of confidence going forward, and it's only good for English cricket. We have fantastic players not playing as well, which we're looking forward to watching them play in the future as well.
Well, thank you very much, and of course we're looking forward to watching you and the rest of the series. Congratulations once again, and that's all we have from the presentation.